What's the...
Come on!
I messed it up.
Oh, we might as well just keep going.
It's a conversational podcast. Beyond! What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Beyond, episode 162. I'm your host, Greg Miller, alongside the rambunctious Ryan Clements.
Oh, that's a new one.
I know, yeah. I'm trying a new one every week. Guys Guru, Colin Moriarty.
Beyond.
And very special guest, the host of Qore, Veronica Belmont.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Veronica, for people who, for some reason, haven't started watching Qore, who the hell are you?
I'm Veronica.
Okay.
Qore is like an interactive magazine that is on the PlayStation Network. We have new episodes every month. We talk to developers. We travel all over looking at new games, new stuff coming out, new releases, and we have a lot of fun. We've been doing the show since June 2008. I think it's been a while. We're coming up on our 32nd episode.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It seemed like only yesterday I said Qore was stupid and no one should watch it.
Ah,
I felt bad, and now I feel
so
bad because I
cute.
like Qore now.
Oh,
but in
thank
the
you.
beginning, I was very upset about the money.
no, it took a while to kind of find our stride.
Totally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now with the PlayStation Plus stuff, we're doing great.
That's the best part about it now is that it's roped in with PlayStation Plus,
Yeah.
which is full of good deals.
I love PlayStation.
And I think we
Colin,
should.
here's what I'm excited about. In the
Okay.
Roper Report, I have a
Yeah.
news story for you that you haven't heard about yet that will make PlayStation Plus all the more worth it for you.
Really? I don't
Yeah.
know if it's even possible.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I know. You'll get excited.
All right, cool.
What do you got?
I was going to clarify that if Veronica's crystal clear voice wasn't the indicator, she is actually in the room. She's not just
Yeah.
calling in.
She's not one of these
Usually we have
phony
guests
people.
just call in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have the time to come into
No, I made
our.
the trek down here. I was promised
yes.
coffee. I have coffee.
From the future machine.
Excellent.
That's all I need from the future.
I love these Keurig machines. Anybody else?
Which machines?
The pod machines. You put the pod in,
Oh,
it makes
the
the
pod.
cup. I got
Right,
one
right,
home now. We're close to Back to the Future 2, where
Yeah?
you get hydrated pizza.
That's why I had to move desks.
I don't know. I'm kind of a coffee snob.
Oh, yeah? So this is no good?
No, it's actually not that bad. I make like
A ringing endorsement of IGN's coffee from Veronica Belmont.
you live in San Francisco long enough and you start
Yeah,
becoming geeks about a lot of stuff. Coffee is one of them.
Ironside's across the street, and it's dynamite. Like, they have the 4-barrel coffee.
Oh, why didn't I go there?
I don't know. You're a monster. You
Oh.
wanted to go to the
I've
grilled cheese
also
place.
heard that, not to give too many endorsements to commercial venues, but Phil's?
Yeah,
is that the
everybody loves
place that
Phil's.
everybody
Yeah,
loves?
yeah.
Are you a Phil's fan?
You know, I'm not a Phil's fan.
Oh, okay.
I've been there once or twice. It's okay. I'm Blue Bottle. I'm 4-barrel. Ritual Roaster is pretty much my 3. What's wrong with that? Why are you laughing?
I think it's amazing. I just don't know anything that you said.
We all have. I love just the way you get into a pod in San Francisco,
Yeah.
where you don't know anything outside of your own. Me and Christine went out for ramen last night, and the place we like to go to is crowded. And we're like, well, we'll try a new one. And we walked up, and we're like out of our element, going to this new ramen shop. We're like, oh God, what's happening?
I'm a Folgers guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a man of simple tastes, Colin.
Yeah, that's right.
You want your trophies, you want your Judge Judy, and you want your Dominoes.
Yeah,
Set.
my Domino's and my Maury Povich.
Oh, you
Yeah.
went along with it. This is the first guest that ever sang with
Oh,
me.
She's gonna
any
fit in fine.
opportunity to sing things, I will
Oh,
do
you're
it.
on the
you
right
are on the
podcast.
You're on the right
you are
show.
on the right show.
Speaking of being on the right show, let's start the show with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. Time for some news. All right, we got some
That's
news
what we
for
do.
Brian. Yeah.
No, I'm into it. I like it.
You know,
I like
I want to let people in on a little secret too. I feel like I'm always going to choke on the stuff. Like when I used to do the podcast, or the official IGN upcoming list, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I used to read it off the sheet every day.
Right.
So now what I find myself doing on shows is I write down the nickname I'm going to give Ryan.
Okay.
Then I also write down Guides Guru, as if I'd forget that. And then I also have to write out what is and forever will be. Because we've seen me stumble on that a few times.
When you say stumble, though, it's it's minute.
Well, it's
There's barely
a
a stumble.
conversational podcast. We're allowed to.
Exactly, and you're allowed to stumble.
I like when it's what once was, what is right now, what forever will be.
When I just put them all out of order. All right. Biggest news of the week, which is going to be topic of the week. So don't get too crazy yet.
Okay.
Photos of the PSP2 have leaked.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Yes.
Maybe. Jim has confirmed that they are real.
Yeah, Jim. So Jim, it's in the story, but Jim talked to an anonymous developer who said the pictures are real.
All right. We have them on the site. Jim Riley says there. And then Colin writes here, be excited. Trophies, maybe. It'll be. I will cry my eyes out. If they
Oh
don't
my
have
God,
trophies.
what a blunder that would be.
Hold it for the top of the week, though. Lots to talk about on that
Okay.
PSP2.
I'm excited.
Gran Turismo 5 is coming next week. Really, it is. November 24th is the date you can obtain this rare unicorn.
Yeah.
So you're doing the jokes?
Yeah,
now.
Colin doesn't have jokes in
There's
it.
no more funny things in there.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Really? Well, now you had me up. I was all excited.
That's all I got.
Okay, the Prince of Persia HD Collection is coming to North America on the PSN. Each game will cost $15, and the first one, Sands of Time, is already out.
Yep.
Are you excited?
Yeah. I'm not a huge Prince of Persia fan, but
What's your deal? Why not? Sands of Time is an amazing game.
Yeah, it'll be cool. I'll buy them. You know, Christmas vacation's long. You know, so there'll be plenty of things to play.
I never played it.
Oh my god. I mean, I haven't played so much that I can't really give you too much crap. But you need to play it. Like Sands of Time. It's amazing.
I always heard
I'm more
good things.
Assassin's Creed than Prince of Persia.
But did you like? I mean, when Prince of Persia on PS2 came out, what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great game. It's classic,
I quit piano lessons to play it.
Really?
Your mother was so disappointed.
I was in college already. She was, because she had bought me a keyboard, and it was kind of like I was like all excited to do this, and I was had this reason and stuff, and then it was just because of exclamation points here, Colin.
Hell yeah, dude.
Homefront has a release date. The game will come out on March 8th in the U.S., March 10th in Australia, and March 11th in the U.K.
I'm intrigued by this game.
Oh, that's like my most anticipated game.
Really?
Ever. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to?
I just like kind of future war things with like post-apocalyptic United States stuff. That's why I was like obsessed with Jericho and stuff like that.
Have you shown her your arms?
Oh yeah, I'm like all in the history and stuff like that. So I'm excited about it. Like I think it's kind of cool. Like it's a nice idea about a resurgent North Korea attacking the United States after like taking over part of Asia and stuff. So I think it's kind of cool.
Have you seen it in motion? Has anybody seen it in motion? I haven't either.
I think Michael Thompson is the one he's one of our contributing editors in New York. He's the one who's writing everything about it, so we can talk to him about it. But I don't think we've seen anything from the game yet.
See, that's what concerns me. I like the idea, the alternate history, all that. I'm really down with. But it reminds me a lot of the one Geddes reviewed. It was a first-person shooter.
Fall of Liberty.
Yeah, there it is. Turning Point Fall of Liberty.
So, I was really excited about that game too. It started out cool too, but that game was.
Looks like it's going to be pretty inflammatory.
Yeah, I
like
think
a lot of really situation. It kind of reminds me of Heavy Rain in a way because it puts you into these uncomfortable situations where you kind of have to, this is war. This is how things are going to be, and you just have to kind of play through that.
Yeah, I think that's exciting too.
It does seem like it's kind of fairly realistic, right? Like it's a realistic take on what could potentially happen.
Yeah, I think that what they were saying was that the angle they're trying to take is, like even in games I really love, like Resistance, like you're fighting in huge warehouses and like big weapon plants and stuff. But in Homefront, you're fighting in like villages and you'll be fighting in like supermarkets and people's houses.
Like suburbs,
and, it's cool. Like that's like really cool, like because you've already been pushed like inward. Everyone's been like the coast is already controlled by North Korea, so like everyone's like pushed inward and so you're in like neighborhoods basically and you're fighting there. And I think that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, that'll be uncomfortable but cool.
And they said they're already planning a sequel if the game sells well. So.
Okay.
So there's more story to be
told. That's
told.
all I want to know. I want it to be good enough to play.
It'll be a huge disappointment if it's not.
Who's developer?
Chaos. They're the guys that did Fuels of War, whatever. Fuel of War, Frontlines.
Frontline Fuel.
Yeah, they're the guys that did that. This is only their second game. So.
Okay.
How was the last one? Fuel of War.
I didn't play it, so I don't know.
You don't even know what it scored?
No.
Got a Metacritic rating on you? Game stats?
Should I look it up?
You don't have all of that memorized all the time.
No. Come on, guys, Guru.
Sorry.
What kind of professional are you?
not very.
All right, next up on the sheet. BioWare is going to reveal their next project during Spike's VGA 2010 Awards. Veronica's excited.
I love BioWare so much.
I know.
Everyone does. They're so great.
Rounding out Colin's write-up. It could be Mass Effect 3, but rumors are swirling it could be something else, including a Mass Effect spin-off or a remake of BioWare's first game, Shattered Steel.
Yeah. Some people are pretty convinced that it's Shattered Steel, so.
But Christine just wrote an article saying Christine's our biggest Mass Effect fan in the office right now. Knows it backwards and forwards, yada, yada, yada. She wrote an article last night saying that she thinks it is Mass Effect 3. Based on that screenshot, the armor kind of looked futuristic. The gun kind of looked like Mass Effect World.
Do you think they do a 3 so soon? I mean, it's not soon, but it's just coming out for PlayStation on top of that. So it
they
just
always
seems
talked
like
about turning it quick. Like, you know what I mean? Like they wanted to make sure there was no. And I thought the engine was so polished on.
I mean, even if they're just announcing it, doesn't mean it's going to come out within the next year.
Yeah, exactly. I think the only reason that there was such a delay between 1 and 2 is because they redid the engine or did another engine, or whatever. I'm sure 3 was already in development by the time 2 rolled out.
Well, it was always supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
So I think it's cool. I think that what people are being thrown off by is that they released those 2 like barcodes. I don't know if you guys saw those, whatever. They're like pictures, and apparently like one is like a temperature, and one is like iron or like Fe, which is iron on the periodic table. And so people are like saying maybe it's something to do with Element 0, which would be Mass Effect, or it's something to do with steel. So which would lead to Shattered Steel, because Shattered Steel was a DOS game. That was their very first game. So I would like to think it's Mass Effect, but I'm not convinced that it is. So I don't see why they would do it like this. They don't have to. They can just be like, Mass Effect 3 is coming.
When is that show air?
December 11th.
December 11th.
Right around the corner. Lots of announcements there.
That's a little ways away, though.
It's too far. Well, you figure Thanksgiving's next week, then you come back.
No, Thanksgiving's next week.
Mass Effect 2 is up for a lot of awards. Yeah. It's up for like 11 awards.
I bet it wins a lot of them. It is a good game.
Oh, it's so good.
And Black Ops is up for a lot too, which is weird for me because, I mean, it just came out. I don't know how these award shows really work.
Well, if it's anything like ours, you just sit around and go, oh, I think that game was good.
It's going to be awesome. It's nominated even though it's only been out a month.
You know what I think is an interesting point I was thinking about last night was, like in 2009 when Killzone came out really early, whatever. A lot of people had forgotten about it by the time we started voting for Games of the Year. The fact that Mass Effect 2 came out in January and people are still really crazy about it and still basically being like, well, me personally, I'm pretty open on like that's my vote for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I think that says like quite a bit about how good that game is because it's still on the fore of everyone's mind, even though so much has come out since. So
agreed.
Yeah, I'm like, really excited for people that have not played it to play it next year on PS3.
This a conversation we're having in the office. How do you think it's going to sell on PS3?
Yeah, we did have a conversation about this. Jim and I kind of agreed that I think ultimately it'll do probably 500,000. Not immediately, but that's pretty good numbers considering a lot of people bought Xboxes just to play Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know why else you'd buy one. So I think it'll do pretty well, and I think we'll see the game come out at the same time on PS3 and Xbox.
Yeah, definitely.
For 3,
for sure.
That'll be the end of that. All right. 500,000, you say, huh?
Yeah, ultimately, like, probably by the summer. I don't see why not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 billion.
1 billion. That's a tall
Sony is
order.
excited for this.
That's a tall order.
1 billion sold first month.
Wow.
On the PS3.
Go big or go home.
I wonder how many PS3s have been sold out there, like total.
Colin,
isn't there a figure?
Yeah, it's like 31.5 million, I think.
So most of those people will be buying it multiple times.
Oh, yeah. Well, you want to have the one sealed copy for the grandkids, the collector's edition.
It's less than 3 million difference between Xbox and PS3 now, I think,
Grandpa,
worldwide.
tell us the Mass Effect story.
I don't have to. You can play. Where are the move controls? Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has a release date! ! The game will launch February 15th in North America. Collector's Edition will be available for $70, which includes a book of exclusive art, another book of artwork, a 1-month subscription to Marvel Digital Comics, which is cool, and 2 DLC characters.
Yeah, I didn't really understand when I was compiling this. I was reading like what was in it, and it's like a book of exclusive art and then an art book. And I was like, so
there's 2
art books. All right, well, whatever.
I'm a bad collector. I never know what to do with collector's boxes.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I just have all this stuff.
Do you fall for the trap of buying them?
Do you just break them down and recycle when you're done?
No, I keep all this stuff, but then it just piles up. And, like, I got the Fallout Collector's Edition for PS3 for New Vegas. And I'm like, all right, well, now I have a deck of cards, and I've got a platinum chip, and I've got a comic book, which is cool, but I'm the worst kind of collector.
We'll decorate your desk with it, right?
I know.
No? Maybe not?
Too much clutter.
Yeah, it's a lot of clutter.
Stuff. I have so much stuff at home.
Yeah.
I have to de-stuffify.
Yeah, I have to talk myself out of collector's editions because I've fallen for it so many times. Yeah. I'm like, this sounds great. And then I get home like, oh, what the hell am I going to do with this?
Yep.
Why? I got the Resistance figure. I'm like, what the hell?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take
Sly Cooper 4 is coming. Upon earning platinum trophies in all 3 Sly games on the Sly Collection, you will uncover a trailer that teases a new game.
Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah. I haven't gotten all 3 platinums yet, so I
so you don't even know. This could be fake news.
No, I think it's. I mean, I don't see why anyone would fabricate a trailer like that.
Don't we have the trailer already?
We don't have
YouTube
direct
has the trailer.
Yeah, we don't have direct feed of it. I'll see what I can do maybe this weekend, and we'll get it on Monday or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm working on 2 right now, but I've been playing Crazy Taxi, so.
Yeah, that'll do. What do you think? How are you enjoying Crazy Taxi?
It's great.
I started playing again last night.
So on Twitter, like I've been getting into some arguments with people because they're like, first of all, people are saying Crazy Taxi. Some people are saying Crazy Taxi sucks. You're out of your mind. Crazy Taxi sucks. And some people are like, it hasn't aged well. Which, I mean, it looks like garbage, but it's an arcade port of a 10-year-old. Yeah, the game is awesome. You play it in little bursts.
We had Crazy Taxi on Qore in one of our first episodes, I think.
Really?
If I'm thinking correctly. No, maybe I'm thinking of something else. No, I think we did.
No, you did. The Dreamcast port? That wasn't. They didn't announce that till this E3.
Oh, then maybe I'm wrong. We had some kind of. God, I can't remember the name of the stupid game. Oh well. It was pretty fun.
Stupid. It might have been awesome.
It was. It was awesome. Someone will remember and correct me on Twitter, I'm sure.
Excuse me, Veronica. Actually, in Core episode 1.
Well, actually.
It's kind of the comic book guy from The Simpsons right there.
Yes.
Last night I downloaded Crazy Taxi, started playing. I thought I'd be very offended that there was no Offspring. Didn't miss it that much. And I didn't miss the licensing that much. The fun was still there. Racing around, getting fares.
Take me to the pizza shop.
Yeah. Here's the problem, Colin. And maybe you'll help me remember. I have a friend in from high school who had to tell Christine about how great I was, right? Because obviously last night I'm trying to learn to walk again. I'm not doing well. How do I get the boost over and over again? Remember how it used to be you if my fingers were trying to do it but couldn't get it to work all the time. Sometimes I had it. It was put it in reverse, then drive and gas at the same time.
Yeah, see, this is the problem I've been having too, because there's something wrong with the mapping of the buttons on play. Like, the square button is supposed to like bring up and down like the directional thing, like about how many meters away you are from something or whatever, and it would for some reason keep putting me in reverse when I would do it too, even though circle is supposed to do that. So I haven't been able to like really figure out like the control scheme or whatever. I have to mess with other.
They have different types.
They have the different types. I do know that like many a person broke many a Dreamcast controller playing that game originally with the boosts on because the triggers were so paltry.
Back on PS2, I was the man.
But I absolutely, I just love that game. It is great.
Impressing friends in the basements with my S licenses.
Oh man, I haven't gotten an S license.
I know.
I'm really rusty.
I got a C yesterday. I felt like.
Oh my god.
What am I?
Well, trophy tips. I have some. We'll talk about that.
Okay. Transformers: War for Cybertron is getting a sequel. It's going to be released sometime in 2012.
Yeah, whatever.
I like how you put that as the end news. That's how you wanted to end this news?
Yeah,
all of us groaning?
Yeah, it's boring. During the Game-a-thon, during the Game-a-thon for charity that we did, like I played that game a little bit. I was like, this is kind of boring. It's like, I don't understand how Transformers are relevant anymore. To be honest.
What?
Kids. Oh, Shia LaBeouf. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, because the movies are just boring and then they ruined G.I. Joe, which is something that should be relevant still. So.
But Vanquish saved it by being G.I. Joe.
Yeah, Vanquish is kind of like G.I. Joe.
Vanquish is awesome.
All right, Colin.
Yes.
Here's the news you missed.
Okay.
All sorts of Little Big Planet news.
Really? I didn't see it. So this just happened?
Just happened.
Okay.
Published it right before we came down.
Okay.
So, last week we talked about Sackboy's prehistoric moves. Australian board, leaked it or whatever, blah, 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 through their things. That is real. It's a PSN game. On December 14th, you can buy it for $5.99.
Really?
You play it with the Move controllers, right?
Okay.
But then the other people in your house would use DualShock to run around and do stuff while you do stuff. Here's the catch that you're gonna like.
That sounds confusing.
December 14th, $6.
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus members get it on December 7th for free.
What?
There you go. Look at that. Yeah, Gold Plus is paying off.
That's huge, dude.
I know.
That's the second time they've done that, right? Because they did that with Swords and Soldiers. But
you still had to buy that. That wasn't free.
Oh, okay. It was early.
This is
so this is early and free.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Exciting.
How can anyone say PlayStation Plus isn't worth it? I've already made all my money back. I'm swimming in PlayStation Network games. This is a good time, bro.
Also, PlayStation Plus members get a discount on Dead Nation next week, which I think is pretty awesome.
That's huge. And let me remind everyone that the best game on PlayStation Network, Shatter, is still free for PlayStation Network fans. So if you haven't downloaded it, for God's sake, go download it because I want a sequel. By the way, remember we heard about all those the rumor or whatever about the multiplayer thing? I think they were supposed to put multiplayer in Shatter, which would be cool. I think they haven't done it because they're going to make a sequel. That's my theory. So
that would be awesome.
I'm sure they listen to the show. Imagine if
no one pimps that game harder than me.
That's what I was about to say. Imagine that they are in their little studio and they only listen to Podcast Beyond. They're like, this game, everyone loves Shatter. It's unanimously decided it's the best PlayStation Network game. All right, so rounding out Little Big Planet news, though. Then on December 21st, a Little Big Planet 2 story demo. You can jump in, floor on the story. Then also, early December, the beta starts going wide to hardcore Little Big Planet fans and PlayStation Plus members. And then December 21st, the beta is available to everybody.
Okay. Nice.
Lots of Little Big Planet
news.
They said they were trying to make up for delaying it, so...
That's on the horizon.
More people should do that.
So do we know what you said? The PlayStation Move will be used along with the controllers?
Yeah.
What is that all about?
From what I understand, the little bit they put in it, and then what we saw when they did the original one at GDC with the Move controller.
Right.
I'm assuming it's the Move guys they talked about like flipping switches, and then remember in the GDC demo how they had to like move a triangle with the thing. I think you and I would be playing, and I'd have to move the triangle so you could run underneath.
Oh yeah. So you can actually
like
you
co-op
assist
levels,
the
right?
other person by using the move stuff, like with all the platforms. You can drag the platforms over or flip the stuff around.
So Greg is the puppet, and I am the puppeteer.
Move that rock for me. Okay, Ryan. It's 10 levels, though. $6 or free, depending on how you do it.
10 levels?
Yeah.
Wonder how long that'll take.
I don't think it'll be super long, but it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Trophies.
Yeah.
Lots of collectibles.
Yeah.
So you can play by yourself?
Unknown. I mean, I don't know.
You know how I feel about that.
Having to have Cheryl play something with you? Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, she played TV Superstars with me.
Yeah.
How was that?
I gave it a 6. It was great idea. That's what I said. A great idea.
Yeah.
Nice personality. Just not very much content. What I said was I did everything in the game multiple times, but I didn't even get the trophy for playing for 3 hours. So that basically says everything you need to know.
No. Yeah, the face stuff is creepy.
It is, but it works. Like I made a really great character because you like go right up to the camera and you take a picture and then it maps it onto these characters or whatever, and it
just
really
reminds me of like weird sci-fi skin grafting. I don't know why. Like
that's what they had in mind when they developed it.
Face Off or something. You know, when you like carve their face off and you put it on something.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
It looks like that for some reason.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
So it looks like L.A. Noire.
Did Cheryl play along and and take the picture with her face?
Yeah. We made characters.
Very nice.
It was very cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't very good at doing this stuff like flying through things.
Yes, some of the
you have to like put your arms forward and like make yourself spin around.
Yeah, because you had to basically take the move controller and like tilt it like in a 360-degree way to make your character like.
That's the problem with all these new motion sensing apparati that are going on right now, like between like Move and Kinect and even with the Wii, it's like this is a very like wide swath I'm making here, but we're gamers because we're not necessarily that good at being sports players or physical, and now suddenly we're being thrown into these situations where we have to be very, very physical, and I just don't have the coordination for that.
Not at all. I don't have the endurance for it. I tried to play Kung Fu Live the other day. I was like, level in. I'm like, oh man, I'm
was
done.
that the game that I peeked in on when you were jumping across the room doing like Kung Fu moves?
Yeah, that's right. That was
fantastic.
The game. Yeah.
I felt that way about Sports Champions. Like I was like even playing archery with my roommate or whatever. We were like just playing for 2 games. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
I almost had a heart attack doing the Gladiator game. I thought I was gonna die. But it was cool because I was like shield bashing people and shit, and I was like, this is rad. Like you actually get to live out all your medieval fantasies and stuff.
Yeah, and it works.
Pretty cool.
It's got a lot of room. It's got a lot of potential. There's a lot of cool stuff they could do. Right now, I'm not seeing it.
But I'm tired.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm old and I'm tired. And I just can't move that fast anymore.
Well, that's why, like, a Little Big Planet and Killzone and all that stuff, that's why it's in SOCOM. It's interesting, right? Because I don't have to be jumping around and swinging around like a retard. I can just, I don't mean to offend anybody by using retard.
Oh, whatever.
Well, you know how people get. I don't know how, I don't know how you brought up kids.
Greg.
Oh, shut up, Belmont. Colin, if I wanted to buy new games, where could I go to see them?
You go to the official IGN list of upcoming PlayStation software on all 3 platforms by the IGN editors.
Boop, 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 boop.
Nice. There's a lot of stuff. Oh.
Sorry.
Any more?
I got excited. No, I'm done.
There's a lot of stuff here. I wrote it all slow. Look how sloppy my handwriting is.
Let me see.
Why don't you use a real piece of paper?
He always does this every week. Well, because some weeks he does it, and there's no PSP games, no PS2 games, and one on the PS3.
It's just a little sticky note, but it's so crammed full of stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's a little ridiculous. All right. We'll start at the top. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Yes.
You really like that game.
Oh my God. I'm so upset with people in this office who are just dismissing it, like yourself. Yes.
Well, it looks like Assassin's Creed 2, which I hated, so.
What? Well, that's okay. I guess that's justified if you didn't like the last one. Stomper's in the same boat, but there's so many people just writing it off, and I think it's one, honestly, right now, on my short list for Game of the Year.
I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah?
It's a pretty fun game.
I might give it a chance. Here's what I didn't like about Assassin's Creed 2. I haven't really justified this on Beyond because we don't really talk about the game.
Let's do it. Conversation book.
I played it for like an hour and a half or 2 hours.
Let's talk it out.
And here's what really
Okay.
upset me is, this was number 2. Well, I never played the first one. Was that the game, you're doing a lot of stuff, but you're not doing a lot of stuff on the controller. And you feel like you need to be doing more. Like, this guy's jumping on things, he's climbing, he's engaging enemies and stuff like that, but you're holding buttons down. And, like, every time I feel like, I'm playing, like, Infamous or something, and you're, like, tapping a button or something like that, I feel like, man, I need to tap square because this guy's just climbing. I feel like I'm not doing anything. Then he launches himself off the building and, like, kills himself, you know?
Well, yeah, so you just try to toss buttons into the control scheme.
What I'm saying is this game...
It's all about finesse.
Yeah,
you need some finesse.
There might be an argument made for maybe a level of finesse in the game, but I just feel like I'm not doing anything. You know, like I just feel like I'm not doing anything in this game, and I'm like, this is not my cup of tea. You know, like I think that there are better games that try to do, like Infamous, that try to do exactly what that game's doing.
Yeah, okay. You're talking about just that part, though. I mean, you say that you're not doing anything. All I do in that game is do stuff. Like right now, I'm ignoring the memory sequences in buying everything in Rome. Like it's like a complete meta thing of like, all right, I look at the map. Oh, all right, there's a hardware store over there I haven't bought. They're not called hardware stores, but blacksmith. There's a blacksmith over there I haven't bought.
Ace Hardware.
All I can picture is the hammer. Anyways, and I run over there and buy it, and then I find a tower I haven't synchronized with, and I climb up there and do that, and then I find a Borghese tower I need to take out. It's like, oh my God. And then later you get this, all these assassins you can use to call in attacks and stuff.
Oh, they're fun. That's fun.
It's awesome. Yeah.
I'll do this. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do this for you, Greg.
Oh, good, because I need some backup here when I start beating the drum in this game.
On Christmas, because we won't vote until January, right? So on Christmas, during Christmas break when we're not here, I'll play Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Okay.
I'm going to do it for you.
Thank you.
And
I'm going to do it for you.
I'm going to do it for you, and because there's not that much stuff that needs to really be played, I guess. Like, there's a lot of, I want to catch up on a lot of PSN games and some stuff I missed. Maybe National Geographic, for instance.
We just got that today. We're very excited.
What?
There's a new National Nat Geo quiz game that came out.
Yeah.
Sounds like an easy platinum.
My mom would love that.
Yeah.
So I'll play it, and we'll see where I stand with it. But if it's anything like Assassin's Creed 2, I just could not get into it. The one thing that bothered me about Assassin's Creed 2 is the beginning. You know how you're walking next to this person, the scientist or whatever, who's talking to you and telling you about things or whatever. And if you get too far ahead of the person when they're walking, your dude turns in this super unnatural way to like face him while she's talking. And I'm like, I can't deal with this.
And that's what what took you out of it.
My only real gripe with it, right, is whenever I'm done buying a butcher shop or an Ace Hardware, the camera zooms back out, and then I'll start running, and it kind of breaks. I don't know if it does this for you. It kind of breaks and starts turning to the side and like kind of flips out, and then just snaps back to where it should be.
I don't know. I think it's really immersive. I think it's actually once you get the feel for how the controls work, I mean, it flows really well, I think.
Okay.
I find it very intuitive, the movement. So
maybe I have to give this one a chance.
I think so, because once you when I started playing this one, I was doing the same thing again, jumping to my death. But once I got back in the groove of playing, I was fine.
The one thing I couldn't figure out for the longest time was how when you're swinging and you want to let go at the right point, I could not get the hang of that.
Yeah, you have to hold the buttons to
swing
swing and release, and so I kept jumping on there and then tapping when I thought I should be releasing, and then he just stops and hangs.
Yeah,
and
then like, jump! I was like, I had the inertia and it did not follow through.
A nice touch for this one, though, too, is that they have all these VR training missions, which unlocks riding, which is cool if you get a bronze. But beyond that, it also teaches you. Thank you. It teaches you how to play. It was showing me moves there. Like yesterday, I was doing. I was like, oh, I didn't even know you could do that. Like run up a wall and then jump sideways. I was like, oh, I've never done that.
Yeah, and the multiplayer. I haven't actually played the multiplayer yet. And
I played it at
that's
E3.
like supposed to be the best part.
Yeah,
so
I played it at E3 a little bit, and then I know Anthony played a lot of it. He liked it a lot. So.
Yeah. I'm not a big multiplayer person.
No,
I almost never do multiplayer in games.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm a weirdo.
No, I think
I guess we're all weirdos.
I feel that too. I don't like multiplayer games really, like or multiplayer centric games. Personally.
Used to be that way until StarCraft 2 came along.
Really? Because I played the whole campaign and beat the whole thing.
I did too. For StarCraft?
Yeah,
I did that too.
And now I can't
but the
make myself do
multiplayer is
multiplayer.
the best part.
It scares me.
Oh, it is very scary.
Oh, you just get killed so fast.
But that's why you practiced against like a computer or a friend that isn't very good at the game, and then you jump into the actual leader or
well, you know what
league
stinks
matches.
is they try to match you up with someone who's not very good, but then all the really good players go into the low-level stuff anyway. I know the computer's supposed to match you up, but I kept getting people who were definitely not novices.
Yeah, well, it's weird. It's weird. It takes players that just enter. I'm like spitting on myself. Players that
StarCraft makes you salivate at the moment. Oh my god.
Players that just start into the multiplayer. This is kind of irrelevant. I'm sorry. It's not PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah.
Keep talking.
No, it's fun.
Conversational.
It's conversational.
Veronica knows.
You get this is how it works. When you first start playing multiplayer in StarCraft, you place say you're doing just 1v1 matches, so it's just you. You play 5 placement matches, and depending on your performance in those 5 matches, it places you in a bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond league. And then once you're in that league, your wins or losses start to sort you out. Like it'll start if you kind of did really well during those placement matches, but you're actually not very good, you'll get dropped down to bronze, which is what happened to me.
Yeah, well, you know what my problem is? I don't have the patience for being sucky. Like I hate going into a scenario where I am the worst, and so I just don't do it. I'm like, I don't want to be the loser all the time.
It can be frustrating,
I don't have the patience for it.
The great thing about StarCraft is to me it is perfect gameplay. It is perfect gameplay, and to the point of where it is absolutely skill-based. There is no luck. There is no luck involved, and there's just everything in that game is skill. So you need if you lose, it was your fault. Well, if you win, it was your fault.
But then there's the whole fact that people have had a decade to get really awesome at StarCraft, and I didn't do that, So they're coming into StarCraft 2 already with that base of knowledge for the multiplayer.
True. Hopefully the decade-long players are in the Diamond League and they're not mucking around in bronze.
Never see them.
Yeah.
Before we switch topics.
We digress.
Miles wants to contribute to the conversational podcast.
I'm ready.
He says, role-playing Ryan Clements.
Hi.
What race do you play as in StarCraft 2? I'd love to play you sometime.
Well, I main is Terran, but only because we have 2 Protoss players. There's a Protoss player in the office. My friend from the East Coast is a Protoss player. It's very rare
that the conversations happen on Beyond where I'm like, man, he sounds like a nerd.
And Charles plays Zerg, and I always think it's really cool to have a team of 3. We play 3v3s sometimes, so I think it's awesome if we have each race represented in our team of 3, because it keeps things like really, like you have the strengths of all the races.
I'll give you my real ID, and maybe you can help me with some multiplayer.
All right, there you go. We'll rock it, and then you can see like, wow, he's actually not very good.
She's just destroying you, wiping the table with you. All right, so Colin, Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh yeah, we're still doing this. I totally forgot. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, which I'm very excited
Another
about.
great game.
Little Colin lore. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 on PS2 was my first guide 8 years ago.
Why are you shaking your head?
I don't.
What?
I'm not into Need for Speed.
Have you played it yet?
I have seen it.
You tinker?
We covered it,
Okay.
but I don't. I'm just not a big.
Oh, so you were there just like, and they're like, look at all this cool stuff.
Audrey actually covered that one.
Okay.
I'm not a big racing game fan. Even like the arcadey fun style stuff.
Mod Nation?
Okay.
Okay,
there we go. I did enjoy Mod
Everyone
Nation
can get behind Mod
Racers.
Nation.
I mean, come on.
I know, I love Mod Nation.
Yeah. Sorry.
Still haven't played it.
I know.
More?
You hate it. You hate everything.
I don't hate everything. That's not true. I hate a lot of things, though. NBA Jam.
Yeah.
That's out.
I played
He's
that last
on
night.
fire.
Yeah.
Very hard to get on fire this year. Me and Poe played like 4 games, and we saw one person get on fire once, and I was like, God damn.
Wow.
And then now you got the crossovers and stuff.
Stringent. It's difficult.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed. That's a retail game, right?
Yep.
That's a little disappointing.
You won't like the trophies.
Well, yeah.
Lots of multiplayer. Lots of get online, do this.
I kept hearing Nate say yesterday that it could have been the perfect PSN and live game, but instead it was this like overpriced retail game that didn't have enough content in it.
All right. Here's a little straight talk about that.
Oh, here we go.
My theory is that because they probably lost massive amount of money on NBA Elite because it never came out or whatever, that they were like, we need to release this on retail or we're not going to make any money. Especially because it was like a Wii game originally and would have sold 5 copies on the Wii. So they needed to do something. Honestly, I mean that's pretty clear. I think that's why they released it as a retail game. I think it's $40, right? So
I don't know.
Same price as like Sly Collection. Now the PlayStation blog had DDR on it, but that's all it said. Do you know anything about this?
Dance Dance Revolution?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, is it just It's just a DDR.
It's their first time on PS3, yeah.
Oh, okay, so
and it's like the sort of rebirth of the DDR experience.
Okay, so
I don't care.
So that's out.
Because Dance Central exists.
No.
Doesn't it have move support? Or is that Dance Central?
No, Dance Central's the Connect one.
You're right.
Your SingStar Dance has move support.
That's what I'm thinking of. I played that at the Konami event in New York.
Oh, yeah.
It was okay. Played a lot of Lady Gaga. Pretty much in all the dance games, I just play Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
There you go.
Done. Drop the mic.
Peace.
You drop the move controller on the ground.
Oh, it's touch my wrist.
Let's see. EA Create.
Yeah.
That comes out this week.
Yeah. I haven't heard good
that?
things.
No, you haven't?
Not bad things. Not like terrible
So you heard
things,
like
but I think
mediocre things?
Yeah, there you go. That's more like it.
Okay. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
We heard bad things about that. I saw that and played it for a little bit. Oh, my God.
Really?
Man,
That
somebody got sick of making good Harry Potter games, and they went for this.
I have never played a Harry Potter game.
Oh, the last 2 ones were not bad. They were, if you liked Harry Potter, run around Hogwarts. Like it was kind of like an adventure. Oh, find these talking, statues. Okay, then you do that.
Our
This
newest celebrity.
That's a good snake.
That's perfect. That was great.
That was a terrible snape.
No, that was pretty good. That was good.
There's some good snapes out there. That was not one of them.
No, that was a good one. Marvel Superhero Squad, the Infinity Gauntlet.
I got that. I have not put it in yet.
Neo Geo Challenge, like we said, or Wildlife.
That makes it sound too cool.
Yeah,
the Neo Geo Challenge.
That's what it's called. National Geographic Challenge, Wildlife.
What is that?
Not Geo, not
by
Neo
the way.
Geo.
That's yeah. Nat
I
Geo.
was like, why is he talking about Neo Geo?
I know, right?
It actually says Neo. I wrote Neo Geo.
Nat Geo, dude.
Yeah, that's
I was
what
saying,
I wrote.
a Neo Geo Challenge, I'd be all about it.
Yeah, that would be cool. We could play. Yeah, we could play Magician Lord and stuff. Yeah, geez. Zumba Fitness, join the party.
That's on PS3?
Yeah, that's what it said. That's what it said. EA Sports Active 2.0. Did that come out last week or this week?
No, that came out this week.
Okay.
Anthony Gallegos reviewing. Conversational podcast.
Okay.
Our good friend David Dowell wrote in. Now I gotta find it. Veronica, fill some time.
Sing. Wow, that's a
good.
blast from the past.
All right, so David Dowell writes in, do you mind mentioning the PS3, the IGN PS3 EA Sports Active 2 workout group on the podcast? The name is IGN PS3, and the password is Beyond, all in lowercase. You can join from the PS3 version of the game or from the EA Sports Active website. So go, all the fans who listen to this show and like working out, unlike me and Colin.
Yeah.
You can go join David.
Huh. Yeah, did you see my Facebook update a few days ago? My girlfriend told me I had a McGut. and then I need to work out. I was like, geez, thanks. No,
so are you going to get EA Sports and get some trophies?
No, I'm just going to eat this chicken cutlet sandwich when I get home.
Yeah, remember when I was trying to help you out and get you back into running? And you were like, "I'll come up with a plan." You never came up with a plan.
No, I don't have any plan, bro. My plan is to watch the Islanders.
Your plan is that you should come jogging with me.
Dude, I ran a block to catch the Muni, and I was like catching my breath until I got here.
It's all about slow progress.
I know. I used to be in shape, man. I don't know what happened to me.
Colin, you could do that.
You started to just not care.
Yeah.
As soon as you start caring, you will do great. You just have to be patient. Just take it slow. We'll run a few blocks, and then the next day we'll run a couple more blocks.
I hate running so much. I tried to start a few months ago, and I'm just not having it. Don't enjoy it.
It's tricky.
Colin, as a counterpoint to Ryan Clements, you can come to the bar tonight and watch the Bears play the Dolphins and eat chicken wings.
Oh, it's Thursday night football tonight.
You should come. We're going on Pete's.
Pete's?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
All right, sounds
it's
good.
Bears Dolphins?
Yeah.
That's a good game, actually. Okay.
Yeah.
One more.
I feel like I have something in my nose. Do I have something in my nose, Greg?
No,
Help me out.
No, you're
But I'm okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Apache Aerosol. That came out this week? Oh, maybe last week.
I thought that was last week.
But it was on this week for...
The drop?
No, GameStop had it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the hell's going on over there. PSP Split Second has finally come out, and Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Predator.
There you go.
Nothing on PS2.
Oh,
that's it.
Man, I've been waiting. Hey, Ryan.
Yes?
What's the Zombie Blog Neck have to say?
Let me get my papers out. 1 second. Okay. On the PlayStation Network this week, we had a couple interesting majiggers. First, Crazy Taxi, as we had discussed. There it is.
It's good.
Yes.
Oh, it's as good as it was.
It's fun, despite the absence of Offspring.
And how much does it cost? That's the thing.
$9.99.
I bought that straight up. First off, I get yelled at a lot because I use codes, and then people say I don't know. I bought that out of my pocket, but I used my discount for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, $7.99 if you're PlayStation Plus.
There you go.
I
save a few dollars. That's like a candy bar right there. A 3D Ultra 3D Ultra Mini Golf Adventures 2.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Here's the description. Putt your way through the highly anticipated sequel to one of the hottest mini golf games available for download.
One of the hottest mini golf games?
Well, there's Planet Mini Golf.
I know. It's just funny.
Also, Sky Fighter and Prince of Persia: Sands of Time HD.
Currently downloading at Greg's house. 1 megabit per moment.
There you go. PS1 Import Classics. For those importers out there. Money Idol Exchanger.
It's a puzzle game, I think.
I just have to read. Can I read this description also? Want to have fun counting money? Money Idol Exchanger. Sorry, I keep laughing.
My chair is broken. Everyone knows I like a stiff chair. So I put it to the stiff position, and I lean back, and it breaks. But it doesn't do it every time, just occasionally.
I'm sorry. It's just I see the sun movement and this crash every time. All right. Money Idol Exchanger will keep your hands twitching as you match coins while slightly sexy anime girls cheer you on.
Slightly?
Slightly sexy.
Well, who wrote that?
Best copy ever.
Clearly, Jeff Rubenstein.
Yeah, Jeff Rubenstein.
All right. We'll move on to the other imports. Arcade Hits Sonic Wings Special. I don't know what that is. And then, let's see. Let's go to bundles.
Yeah, why not?
Colin, I want your opinion on this bundle.
Okay.
Game Show Party Bundle.
Okay.
Includes The Price is Right, Family Feud, and Press Your Luck.
Man, I reviewed every one of those games.
You reviewed every one of those.
For $19.99. Would you say that's those 3 games for $20? Yay, nay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait, was one of those a dud out of there?
Yeah, Price is Right was the dud because it didn't have online gameplay, which was ridiculous.
Okay. What if you were just playing it locally, though? Would it be okay then?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Press Your Luck's pretty good.
Okay.
And what was the third one?
Family Feud.
Family Feud. Yeah, Family Feud was the best one.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Now, this was interesting to me, guys. I saw they have a PlayStation Protection plan now on the PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
Is this old?
Old news, yeah.
Oh, okay, because it's here in this update.
Yeah, they've been putting it up every so often.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Downloadable games for the PSP. Peggle PSP.
Finally.
There it is, $9.99.
You own it on every other platform.
Crack.
$9.99 though for something that you can get on the iPhone for $1.
Well, I spent $200 on that iPhone. So
okay.
That's where it all works out.
And that's the only thing you use it for.
That's all I have.
This is my Peggle device.
It's a bargain.
Were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that explains why PSP software doesn't sell very well because it's not competitively priced.
You make a good point.
It's true. Split second for the PSP, as I think you mentioned in the update, right?
It's like $40, right, or something like that.
Yeah, and Arthur does not like it. And he's
it's like, how are you going to charge $40 for that game?
This is interesting. I kind of like this. Here's just this entire list here. It's just a group of titles. Pro Evolution Soccer 2011, English and Spanish. Pro Evolution Soccer 2011, French, Canada only. Pro Evolution Soccer 2011, Portuguese, Mexico only. I don't know why that's all there. I don't get it. I'm going to move on because I'm confused and scared.
Okay.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Predator for $29.99.
Anthony reviewed that.
What do you give it?
I don't know. So I build the pages every day. I look for stories. I never saw the story come through. He says it's been live since Tuesday. I think he's trying to pull one over on me.
He's just going to go in there quickly and nib and change the date.
He's probably publishing it today and making it look like it was published on Tuesday.
But you can see when the article was made.
Ah, there you go,
That's
Colin.
the key.
That's how we're going to get him.
Moving on. PSP Minis.
Yes.
These aren't as funny names as I would like.
Okay.
Sorry. Who's that flying? We've talked about that before.
From Mediatonic, the guys who did Monsters Probably Stole My Princess.
Okay.
I've been playing it. I'll have a review up soon. It's funny and it's fun. And you should.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
$6 though, right?
Yeah.
They got to. I'm telling you, man, they got to price these things more competitively.
Yeah. Also, Jewel Keepers, Easter Island.
Ooh.
Good one, Rubenstein.
Yep.
All right.
You got to work harder.
Oh yeah.
Jeff.
Wait. Actually, I have the. Did we talk about the PlayStation Plus highlights that are coming up on the 30th of this month?
No, I don't think we have those yet.
Well, we talked. Whatever. Dead Nation.
Would you like me to? Would you like to chat
Well,
about
let's get
them
to
real
pick
quick?
of the week.
Oh, all
Let's
right.
check. Well, I don't want to confuse people with what could be coming next week.
Okay.
Pick of the week. You're gonna go Crazy Taxi, I bet, aren't you? Jerk.
I know what you're going to do.
Right.
Yeah, you know. Brotherhood.
I'll
It's
say
gotta be
I'll say
Brotherhood.
Crazy Taxi.
What are you gonna say?
I haven't played Crazy Taxi or Brotherhood. Sorry.
What are my options?
Everything we just listed. So, Need for Speed, Brotherhood, Crazy Taxi.
Brotherhood.
Damn right. There you go.
Fair enough.
Definitive voice.
Holla.
Beyond.
Okay. Beyond.
Yeah.
You want to pass
Sure.
the?
Yeah. Screw it. Whatever.
Okay.
Next week we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Next week when you can join Ryan and Colin for Podcast Beyond Fireside Chat number 2, I believe.
Yes.
Is that correct?
The Fireside.
Yeah, we'll do.
Chat.
Yeah, we'll talk
Sounds
about that.
romantic.
We'll talk about it. It is romantic, and we'll talk about that later. It was basically just a podcast when Greg wasn't here, and we didn't want any guests. It was just him and I talking about games, and people really loved it.
It was
so
fantastic.
we're gonna do it again, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that at the end of the podcast.
How does that make you feel?
It's upsetting, but it was a good show. Like if it had sucked, it'd be different. But they did a really good show.
No, you were really happy for us.
You're supposed to not do it when I'm not here.
They always say they're happy for you.
Exactly.
They're not really
Yeah.
Happy
Yeah.
for
And then I
you.
go home and just stab the pillow over and over again.
Jeez.
Colin. Okay. Trophy tips. What do you got, Colin?
Just a tip. Let's see. All right, so I have 2. Crazy Taxi. Now this is a little disappointing with the Crazy
You
Taxi.
guys are kind of
trophies.
convinced me to buy this game just by power of suggestion alone. Just by saying that word or that name, Crazy Taxi, over and over in the show.
Crazy
You're
Taxi.
gonna go
If
home and
you-
you'll be
I'm
like,
just gonna
You
man.
need to get it.
compelled.
Come on. You're a
Something
PlayStation
on
Plus.
my
$8.
mind.
The power of Christ compels you to buy this game. Crazy Taxi. Now the trophies aren't stacking.
I've never made that noise before. I'm gonna pee.
Conversational podcast.
Yeah.
If you need to run to the restroom.
Run
Okay.
away if you.
I
That's the
actually
title
do.
of this
I've had, like, 3
podcast now.
cups of coffee.
Podcast Beyond : I'm gonna pee. Okay, hold on.
Where's the
You'll need
bathroom?
it. You want to. You're gonna go out here. Go there. Go past the elevators, and then when you dead end into the wall, go right.
All right.
Before you go, you'll need just take my wallet. There's no real money in it, so don't worry. But then put this to the black door. Put my ID. Don't put that one because it'll not let you in.
I'll be back.
All right.
If she doesn't come back in like 5 minutes, I'm going after her.
Okay.
All right. Wait, what did you just say?
She stole all your shit. She said.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Through her purse. She'll never know. She's never gonna listen to this.
Greg, you fiend.
All right.
So what I was saying about Crazy Taxi is the trophies don't stack in Crazy Taxi. which is
No,
effing-
are you kidding me?
No, they don't.
So if I have a C license.
Yeah, so
if
you
I
get-
jump to an S license,
you
I
don't
still
get-
got to try to be an A license.
Yeah.
That is.
Because I got a
Outrageous.
C license and then I got an A license, but I didn't get a B license. So I'm like, now I have to play shittier than I just played in order to get a B license.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it's
Way to go, Ryan.
that's retarded.
I thought we were. Stay away from that word.
What is this drawing?
Yeah, what are you drawing
Ooh,
here?
I'm excited.
I haven't figured it out yet. But
Okay.
right now it's just a person shape.
Okay, excellent. We'll come back.
First of all, I don't think that's an offensive term. I'm just gonna say right now, it's not an offensive term.
What? What
Some
term?
people, I always want the podcast to be open for everybody. I don't want to offend anybody when we do it.
Wait, what's
unless some jerk.
What, the thing that Greg was
saying
worried about
saying
way
retard.
earlier?
Saying
Oh,
retard.
Yeah,
okay.
retard. It's like I understand that people might be offended by that, but that was actually a proper term to like a medical term to describe someone.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's I don't understand why
But
that's
we're not
offensive.
using it in that way.
Exactly. It's like
Yeah.
okay, stop being so.
And
I mean,
Also-
here's the answer to this question to put it all in perspective. It'd be the same as if we called something gay. Nowadays, as it should be, that is not acceptable.
Right,
if you are a listener and you describe something as gay to me and it's not cool, that's incredibly stupid. Don't do that. This is in the same boat because it's the exact same thing. When I say retard, I do not mean mentally handicapped in any way. I just mean it's dumb. And for some reason, that is more passable at some point.
Yeah.
I have made a
That's a good
mistake. Listeners, learn from me and don't do it.
Yeah, also-
I am drawing Superman when he had electric powers. That is what I've decided.
Very nice. And also, retard is an actual, like, to slow down. Like, I think it's an... I mean,
to
that's
retard.
Yeah, to retard something. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm not saying a game's so slowing down.
Well,
That's
but
true. That's a
still,
good point.
I'm just saying that the original meaning of the word was not how it is, used today.
Of course.
Well, we've learned something today.
It's
Conversation.
Yeah. That's actually a good point. I like your point about.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just something. It's so easy to look past it because it's not like
She
you
made
have
it
to deal
back.
with Yay!
Woo!
and what was it? Oh, Sly Cooper. You got to get on the Sly Cooper collection for the trophies, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Me, I have it at home, and I've already started number 1. It's just that I got caught up in Brotherhood.
Right. So here's the thing about Sly Cooper trophies. The platinums are easy to get. That's fine. You just have to play the game. The mini game trophies are super easy to get. Break out your move. Play the games. Under 10 minutes. 2 golds, 2 silvers, 4 bronze trophies.
Nice.
That's it. That's all I got. What about you, Greg?
We had a reader write in. Daniel. He says, my trophy tip for you this week is an easy platinum trophy for CSI Fatal Conspiracy. The trophies fall in your lap with this game. If you're following the walkthrough from GameFAQs, this platinum should take a maximum of 6 to 8 hours, which I still think is too long.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah. I'm more excited for Megamind. Do it in less than 3. Hell yeah.
Really? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that what PS3 Trophies.org says?
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that movie, too.
I'll come over and I'll play the game for you.
That'll be the same thing.
That's how I experienced Ice Age and Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs
totally.
and Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh, and that's how I experienced Ratatouille, which was apparently a huge mistake because that movie is supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
And that game was, oh man, that was not a good game. Not a good game at all.
Daniel says the game is not great, but it could be a whole lot worse. The platinum trophy will net you 1 platinum, 6 golds, 13 silver, 7 bronze.
Nice. I want it, but we don't have it. So
Yeah, we don't.
I don't want to offend anyone.
We're not going to review crappy games anymore.
We're not.
No.
Well, how do we
try
know
not
it's
to.
crappy?
Because Daniel's told us.
Can't trust him.
We got to hit on the stuff that's we'll see in December how it's doing in traffic, and then we'll maybe pick it up. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
Topic of the week, Tom. Topic of the week. PSP2 photos have leaked.
There's so many nice surprises
what is
on
it?
this
Yeah,
show.
every corner there's some kind of introduction.
Did you you just recently saw Hot Tub Time Machine, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember when they all have that thing where when they say like Great White Buffalo?
Yeah, downloaded that
All
off my PSN.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, PlayStation 2, Portable 2, not the PS2. That's been out like a decade. That's old news.
Yeah.
PlayStation Portable 2.
Portable 2.
Images leak. How do we feel about it? Jim Riley confirms they're real through an unnamed developer.
Yeah, they're real, and Jim Riley's sources are quite thorough.
Infallible.
Who do you think the source is?
Jeff Rubenstein.
I know who it is. He told me who it is, but I'm not going to say.
I'm going to start naming names, and you just Will
Squint
Wright.
your eyes a little bit. Will Wright.
Jeez.
I started at the top.
I don't know how you guessed this on the first try. But yes.
The guy
is
who
Will
made
Wright.
Tetris that we took shots with.
Oh man.
Alexei Pajanov.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Oh, did you meet him at the
Yeah.
the event?
That,
I hear
EA
he's a
event.
nice guy.
Yeah.
I wish I
I
would have
didn't
gone
meet
to
him.
that.
I wanted to. I was too
You
chicken.
missed out? Oh, really?
Too
I
chicken.
totally got roped
Too
into
busy
it.
eating tacos.
Like we were waiting for the thing to start, the presentation. We were standing behind him, and he was on the couch. And the PR guy's like, "Oh, what's up, guys?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna check out Tetris later." He's like, "Oh, cool. You know, the creator's here if you want to interview." I'm like, "Oh, no thanks, but yeah." It's like, "Okay, no big deal." And then like a second went by, he's like, "Hey, Alexi, get him!" I'm like, "Oh God, here we go." I'm like, "What's up, dude? Yeah, Tetris."
Did he translate?
I don't know.
Did the PR? Oh.
No, he just nodded and smiled. Pretty
Oh,
much.
okay. So.
Probably had no idea what I say.
Okay, because I thought if you were actually going to do an interview, was there even a translator there?
Well, maybe he knows English by now.
I heard that it was he only knew it very like.
He did an introduction to the Daily Fix for us. I thought.
Yeah, but I mean
he did a video with Altano.
Okay.
Doing well, I don't want to read it.
Okay.
I don't even know what the hell we're talking about anymore.
Okay,
PSP 2.
Ah.
What do you think of it? It has 2 sticks, so I'm excited.
Yeah,
Period.
that's exciting.
Can we tell if the screen is a slidey screen?
It does look to be a sliding screen. It does look to have no UMD drive or anything like that. So it'd be going
The rumor was though that whoever leaked it, I don't remember who leaked the pictures or whatever, but I think the original story said like that was a development kit,
and it's already changed or something.
Yeah, and it's changed already, and I'm not sure that the thing slides anymore. I don't know what that means.
I thought it didn't slide in the original photo, and they say since then it slides.
Oh, okay. So it was.
This is all hearsay.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. What we do know is that it's real, and a lot of these things tend to be real. Like remember we were talking about it not too long ago. Remember when that in Taiwan or whatever when the PS3 Slim leaked, and I was like, clearly this is a real video, and everyone's like, because it was all shaky and stuff like that, and I'm like, clearly it's real. And everyone's like, this isn't real. We made that spoof video, put it on YouTube,
showing the ports.
Yeah,
showing the ports.
Where we were like showing like an old laptop.
we had like an ancient video team like Avid thing, and we were all zoomed in too close, rotating around, and Colin keeps going, show them the ports. Show them the ports.
So that was the PS3 Slim.
We should do that again.
Yeah, we should.
Leak a PSP Go.
We'll do that after. Well, let's take a Go and like duct tape it to a PSP. Yeah, well,
duct tape like a 6-axis to it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I actually have a broken DualShock, so we could take it apart, take the sticks off, and like glue them to the. So we'll do that. But like this stuff tends to be real. This is real. I'm pretty excited about it. Clearly, because there's those touch pads on
the presses.
What?
Here's what that blew my mind yesterday. You're pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
You hate the PSP. You never play the PSP.
I'm excited about it because of the potential of what it could do.
Just because you want trophies on the game.
No, that's not it. I mean, that's a huge thing. Of course.
Don't act like you won't. You will never. You
are
never.
a junkie.
He will never bitch about another Muni ride if he's earning trophies while he's doing it.
True. And I won't even bitch when the Muni breaks, which it does 17 times a week.
Oh God.
She knows all about it.
Yeah, I know.
So that's exciting. But I think what's most exciting about it, and I was talking about this with Hillary, was the potential of it to be able to really talk to your PlayStation 3 and really be a portable PlayStation 3. Now, I'm not saying you can play like Infamous on it, but I am saying you can play like Shatter or Super Stardust on it probably. It's probably going to be a pretty powerful machine. And I like the idea of being able to download anything on the PlayStation Network and playing it on my PSP2, which I think is exactly what it's going to be.
Do you think they'll be able to wirelessly connect?
Yeah,
because
I do.
That would be fantastic.
Well, I think that has to be like involved.
For some reason, that's a huge roadblock in my mind when I know that I have to go to my cabinet, get out my USB cord, plug it in, sync it up with my PSP, then transfer the game, unplug, put away the cord. I know now I don't have to put away the cord. That's just me being obsessive compulsive. But it's for me.
I know that now.
But still, huge amount of effort right there.
Yeah, no, it is. I just think I hope they tap all the potential, because if they do this right, it'll basically be a complement to your PlayStation 3, and I think that's what it needs to be. Like, that's my personal take on it. And the only downside to it is it's probably gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
But the good news is that 3DS is way too expensive. So it'll be PSP2 maybe $300, but 3DS is $250, and look what you're getting. When you look at
is it 250?
Well, I don't think they announced
if you
convert the
translate yen over here, yeah.
It's actually more than that. I think it's like 280.
You were really not. You were deep side on that.
It's like way too expensive. So I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Because you're getting, I think, superior technology with PSP2. But who knows? They really, frankly, totally botched PSP. So who knows if they do the same thing with this one as well.
Veronica, thoughts?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Ah, you've played it. You know.
No, I haven't.
Veronica's got one in her bag.
We should have gone through her first.
All right.
I haven't even seen the pictures, actually.
Oh, really?
The so-called pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my problem,
The
Colin.
so-called pictures.
These so-called shaky cam
These
photos.
pictures.
She took them.
Red letter. Check her iPhone. Check her iPhone.
What?
You nailed it that they botched the PSP, the original. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know. It would concern me that they put out another expensive device that could do all this connection stuff and still. I mean, is that what people want? I mean, the PSP can do a whole bunch of stuff, video and sound and the audio.
It has no games that people want.
And you think that's gonna fix it? But I mean,
well,
first off, you make it sound so easy that like you're gonna buy it and then hook it up and Shatter will come. They'll have to put out a different version of Shatter that'll only be here.
But I'm saying, do like, is there a way to I'm not an engineer, so like.
You're not?
Well, no, I'm a historian.
Okay.
And so is it really not that hard? Like, is it really that hard to say like we're gonna downscale these games and we'll do something within like if you're downloading with your PSP2, something happens to that game where you can play it on your PSP2 or whatever, because like having this whole robust library of great games already available for it is a huge boon, and. What the argument Hillary was making was that there's no cheap games, and that's what they need to do. iPhone has, whatever those
Impulse
games
buys.
like the rope game and whatever the bird game. Those
Cut
games
the rope and Angry Birds.
I like your names better. The rope game, the bird.
They're like $1 or whatever. You have to have competitively priced things like
Totally,
that.
and that's why minis aren't.
But they can appeal to everybody. They can appeal to everyone with great games, great retail games, great downloadables. Do the PSP minis right? I'm sorry, the PlayStation minis right? And the potential is like huge with what the system can do. I just hope they do it because the PSP is a huge disappointment. And
I don't know if they would downgrade games, but I mean, we see a lot of really great games like Ghost of Sparta and stuff that still looks like has the scale of a really big game, but on a small handheld. But there's just too much. There is a lot of technology and developer process that would have to go into making the games work on that platform.
Right. I imagine so, but I mean, is it worth the effort?
Technical terms, technology and developer processing.
The concern I would still have.
I didn't understand it, so it must mean it's fancy dancy.
It still doesn't have any. It doesn't have a head of steam. You know what I mean? Like I was saying when they are going to announce PSP 2, they need to do it right after they've made a giant impact with PSP to kind of wash away that. Like you, wash away people like you who don't like the PSP, or there's no games. There's a ton of awesome games on the PSP, but you only get the PSP releases 10 games a year, and 6 of them are awesome. But you know what I mean? Like there's that. You need to have it in the forefront of people's mind that it was great. You know what I mean? Like that Destination PlayStation 2 years ago, where they're like Assassin's Creed, MotorStorm, Metal Gear. They had all these big titles, Rock Band. That was like such a huge thing. Everybody immediately was talking about how cool that was, yada yada yada, and that kind of just fizzled out.
Right.
And Metal Gear came out this year, and it's totally going to get overlooked by numerous sites and numerous organizations and publications for how amazing that game was. Like Metal Gear, I still think is probably going to go down as my favorite Metal Gear, Peace Walker. You know what I mean? And that means a lot from a lifelong fan. And it's one of those things where all this stuff gets overlooked because people forgot about PSP or think it's dead, or every time I break it out, I got to update a firmware.
Well, do you feel like there are some people who are just handheld gamers and some people who are not? Because I've never felt compelled to even really play handheld games, even on my iPhone.
Yeah.
I just don't download games and play on them. Like, I'd rather have the console experience. I'd rather have the PC experience. I like that immersion factor. I don't feel that way with handheld.
Yeah, I see that. I think there are definitely a lot of people like that. I don't generally play games on my iPhone. I just bought the 4 this weekend, which I was so excited about, and immediately bought Game Dev Story.
Okay, because the 5's coming out like next week.
I know, right? So. I know. It was one of those things I'm like, screw it, it's time, whatever. But
I'm just joking.
I know.
You have some time.
I'm going to get screwed. It's okay. I'm used to it. Another 2 years, I'll buy iPhone 3G, 12. But yeah, I don't know. There's plenty of people who don't care about handhelds, but there's so many people who did. The DS was booming for a while too, you know what I mean? And now it's quiet as hell. So.
And I think you can see why that is. It's because there's just a lack of compelling titles. I think PSP was great when it came out until maybe 2007. There was really good games. Yeah, they're like really fun games, like a lot of them. When I look at my PSP collection, it's all games from like 2005, 2006, 2007.
Well, that's because then you hacked your PSP and you can't play any real games.
That's true.
That's your problem.
That's a good point.
Wait, did that actually happen?
Well, there's your problem.
Yeah, well, Mark Ryan did it, actually.
So, yeah, blame Mark Ryan.
Well, I will. He's going down with the ship.
All right. Conversational podcast.
Yeah.
I want to bring this up.
One up? You put a bow on this one?
No, this is totally unrelated.
Oh, well then how about we put a bow on PSP 2?
Sure.
Who the hell knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You think it's real?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I just want to. I keep forgetting to remind you because I don't want this character to die, but don't forget to let the Jersey Shore infomercial guy die.
Okay.
This is a character that Greg came up with when.
We were moving Ryan get us
one of our editors. We were helping him move his stuff, and
his wife had one of those like belly dancer workout videos. Like, you ever seen these things? Mm-hmm. Like the new craze? I don't know.
It's the new craze.
So we all started making jokes that Ryan Clements should start doing because he's already a very good dancer. So if he did this, and then I said he could start taking out ads and have people do it, and then I started doing it as if I was planning my bro's bachelor party. Hey bro, I know you wanted a belly dancer for your party, so we got you the best belly dancer. It might not be what you really expected, but when you see this guy's moves, you're gonna know.
This voice is like my favorite new thing now. I love it. So make sure don't forget that character, okay? Because he didn't come out at all for like the whole week.
Yeah. Well, I've been busy.
Okay.
I'll make sure that when I drunk dial you from now on, it's him calling you. Hey,
okay.
bro, I know you don't like getting woken up.
God, yeah, you have drunk dialed me in the past.
Yeah. Well, now I just let the fans do it when I'm at events.
Yeah. And yeah,
you're nicer to them.
Yeah, well, that's why you're such a coward about it, because I would totally get mad at him if he calls me at like 3 a.m. on a work night when I'm like trying to sleep. But then he'll like hand it to like some sweet girl or something that like is a huge fan of the site, and I'm like, how am I supposed to get mad at this person?
I'm doing this at PAX.
Like I'm like, oh hi, it's so nice to hear from you. I'm like half asleep in bed. Oh.
Don't do that shit to me, Greg.
Okay. Why? What do you think?
Colin is
I don't answer my phone anyway.
particular about his sleep.
I'll have drunk text you. Fans can text you now.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Let's see what the readers have to say, by the way. Fans.
Okay.
Remember, we're the conversational podcast Beyond. If you want to be a part of the show, it's beyond at IGN.com. You can be a part of the show just like Carl is. Carl says, "What's up, Beyond the Cons?" That's pretty
nice. I like that. I haven't heard that one yet.
I would like to hear your 3 personal favorites for 2010. I don't mean what you believe will win Game of the Year or anything, but rather which 3 games you were most pleased with or had the most fun playing. My personal 3 are Mass Effect 2, Transformers, War of Cybertron, and Vanquish.
Transformers.
Yeah?
No, I mean, someone likes Transformers.
Oh, I was like, wait, was that when you were in the bathroom? Wait, that's we all talked about it.
You found that person.
Yeah.
Good.
Veronica, you want to go, or is that too soon?
Wait, what is it?
You're free.
Sorry,
2010.
I got stuck on Transformers.
It's okay, yeah. It happens all the time. They're so big, you can't crawl over them.
Yeah.
3 favorite games for 2010. Not Game of the Year necessarily.
Okay.
Best experiences.
And they don't have to be PlayStation.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Fallout New Vegas.
Nice.
And I guess I would have to say either, StarCraft 2.
Yes.
StarCraft 2 or Civ 5, because I really like Civ games.
Yeah, Civ 5 was great.
Yeah, I'll throw in a
I feel
PC
bad.
game there.
I got that on the first day, and I have not played it. It's on the gaming
really?
PC. It's on the gaming PC at work, so I gotta stay late to play it. I got a wiener dog at home who needs to be walked. He can't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Portillo is adorable.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will bore you with
Do you
photos
take
later.
him to the wiener races?
No, I don't. I take him.
Are you aware of the
Oh
wiener
yeah,
races?
Golden Gate Field.
Yeah, I've been. It's awesome.
He's moved in with a giant dog now, who ran him over a couple times. Because I used to let him run down the hall, like race home when we'd get back from, because we lived at the end of our building. And so he would do that nonstop. And then when the new dog came, who's this big, lab mutt, he would run down with him. And then one day he ran over him. And now Portillo just walks next to me while we. He's like, all right, I'll be cool.
He learned fast. Cool. Yeah, but those would be my 3.
All right. What do you got for me, Colin?
I'd say Mega Man 10.
Of course.
Mass Effect 2, and Castlevania.
Oh, Mass Effect 2 came out this year, didn't it?
Yeah.
Tough call. But I know my answer.
Go.
StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2. Bayonetta.
Oh,
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta, really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's usually
I know
usually
the
the
I'm like
answer
the
we
only
get.
one at IGN, but I will stand by that game.
Good.
Stand by me when you're not strong.
That's not how that song goes.
I know.
I say, and maybe just because it's recent, but Assassin's Creed, Brotherhood, Costume Quest, and Mass Effect 2.
Costume Quest in there.
That game was a
Very
delight.
nice.
It
Oh,
was
now I
short.
wanna
It was
change my
nice and
answer.
poppy. I got in and out.
I forgot Mass Effect 2 came out this year.
No,
It
it's
seems
too
like
late.
it was so
Nope.
long ago.
Conversational podcast.
Come
Now I'm
on.
going to go to the bathroom.
You can
Now
pivot.
you're going to the bathroom. Man,
See?
how long have we been going?
You gave me like 6 cups of coffee.
Whoa, do we have a tempo set? Are we going to run out of time? All right, great. Well, we'll start wrapping up. I know Veronica's got places to be.
Yeah.
She's important. She's a good
Very,
person.
very important places and parties to go to today.
PlayStation parties. Are you going to the Gran Turismo 5 party?
No.
All right, you want to? It's on Monday. We're co-hosting it, so I can get you in.
Oh,
I
yeah?
can pull some strings. All right. Carlos writes in, Colin.
Yeah.
I think you should take this one to task. Just wanted to make sure you all aware that PS3s are getting banned. I saw an ad in a local sales website about a PS3 for sale for $100, fat. The only downside is that it was banned from online capabilities. He apparently used some kind of downgrading hardware via USB.
The hell does that mean?
Please spread the word so kids get scared and continuously strive for purchasing a game rather than doing this kind of stuff that doesn't even benefit the game developers.
He's just alluding to piracy, I guess.
I guess.
Don't be pirates.
Yeah, don't pirate games. That's all I really have to say about that.
Okay.
I will amend that by saying that if my PlayStation 3 got banned from the internet or my name got banned, I'd probably kill myself. So I could totally relate to the fact that this. What would I do? What would? Oh my God, it's a nightmare.
Tom's got a question for you, Colin.
Oh, okay.
And it's about his PSN name.
Oh.
I've had a PS3 since the launch and love trophies. However, I rent an extremely high number of games that I don't finish, so I always have 0 to 15% trophy counts and a BS trophy level. My question is, should I start a new PSN and get a good trophy level, or is there a way to delete low percentage trophy counts?
All right, so all right, this is.
That sounds like me. I start a lot of games.
Yeah, I have a ton of like 1%, 5%, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I would love the option to delete things once they're synced, but obviously they don't do that because if your account got hacked, then everyone would just delete your shit. There used to be a way where you could delete your trophies if you didn't sync them yet by like pressing triangle over the trophies and then deleting them off your system, and then when you synced, if you didn't already sync them, then they wouldn't be there. That for somewhere.
Was that only debug or was that?
No, that was like because I did this with. I don't know, I did it with like Resident Evil 5 or something back in the day, and it worked. Somewhere in one of these updates, it was fixed, and you can't do that anymore. So there is no way to do it. But it depends on if you care about that kind of thing or not. If you think you look bush league because you have a bunch of 0% or 15% or whatever, then start a new name. I have a bunch of 100%, and then a bunch of 80%, and a bunch of 50%, and some 1 and 2 and 3%. I have 0% for friggin' MMA and stuff like that because you played it with Mark Ryan.
Yep, that's what you
But
get.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
Are you getting over it? It used to be a big deal for you.
It kind of sucks.
Now Veronica, you care about this? Do you care if you have 0% trophy on the thing?
Not
I care
really.
about my level. I want my level to be high. That's all I ever look at. It's rare for me to try to jump in and
I don't
sneak
really
it.
look at any of that stuff.
What?
I don't.
Veronica.
I know.
What's your level count? Do you
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Well, because what happened was I played for a long time on a different PSN ID, and then when I joined Qore, I made a Qore specific account, so I kind of started over
Gotcha.
2 years ago.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So I play on that account now full time.
Did I miss anything, Greg?
No.
Okay.
We've been talking about trophies. I know you hate them.
Yeah. I don't hate him.
You just don't get into it like we
Yeah.
do.
Sorry, Colin.
Colin.
It's okay. Yeah.
Clements.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Veronica.
Yeah.
Phil has a question.
Hi, Phil.
Should I buy the Sly collection? I've never played any of the games before, but I really liked Infamous. I don't know if I'll like any of the games since I'm not particularly a big fan of platformers, although I did enjoy Psychonauts. And I know I could get the first game for $5 on eBay. What do you think?
Yes.
Totally buy it.
It's awesome.
Veronica, you played any of it?
No.
Do you like Sly? Did you ever play Sly?
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
Why not?
The
Play it.
PS2 platformers, they all run together.
Yeah. Play
There's
it.
a lot of them.
It's
Do
great. It's one of the best. It looks really good, especially for something being, ported over HD and all that. Like, obviously God of War collection looked great, but this I think looks awesome too.
Yeah, I think it's aged well, and you can, if you're a fan of Infamous, you can see where Infamous spawns from by playing Sly games. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, because there really
That's
is
kinda cool, yeah.
there are a lot of elements in Sly that are in Infamous, and you don't even realize it until you play those games. So
Cool.
if you're just interested in kind of the history of Sucker Punch, I would do it.
Yeah.
And they deserve your support. They're a great company.
Interesting question for you. Now that we know they're working on Sly 4, do you think that's why the collection looks so good? Were they tinkering with models, you think, trying to make things look better?
Maybe.
Because the teaser trailer looks pretty much like the games you're playing.
It could be. I mean,
Think about that. Chew on that.
Let me mull it over.
let me sip some of my water.
Daryl has a question for all of us. He's a certified trophy whore and really wants to get into Resistance series, but he likes to play his games in order. Should he go back and play Fall of Man before Resistance 2 and Retribution, despite it not having trophies?
Yeah, Retribution doesn't have trophies either, obviously. Yeah. I would. I mean, Resistance is one of the best series on PlayStation, in my opinion. So I think it's totally worth going back and playing it. 6 or 8 hours to get through the campaign? Just do it in an afternoon.
Veronica has something to say.
No, I was going to say yeah.
Oh, okay.
That sounds
Do you like
good.
the Resistance series?
Yeah.
Do you like it more than Killzone?
Ooh.
Beyond, we asked the tough questions.
I would say I think I actually like Killzone better.
Damn right you do. In your face, Colin.
Oh.
Killzone's so good.
Colin,
Oh my
Resistance 1 is still up there for me.
Resistance 2 is great, too. You guys are crazy.
Yeah. We'll see.
Flame Flash asks, I'd like to also ask, I guess he asked another question. I must have cut out his boring question. Here's a good question. God of War PSP edition. For a person that has never picked up a PSP but has PlayStation Plus, does this look good?
What?
Yes.
What does one have to?
Sense?
I don't know what he's saying. But I think he's saying he doesn't own a PSP. Should he buy the PSP Ghost of Sparta bundle? The black and red PSP?
No.
What?
Why not?
Because
if he doesn't have
if
one, why
PSP
not?
2 is on the way.
Because PSP 2 might be out in a half a year.
It's not going to be out in half a year. It'll be shown maybe at GDC, maybe at E3.
They're gonna pull the E3, the old E3 trick of it's like they did with the Saturn. It's available.
No, they won't.
It's available right now.
The Saturn didn't sell because they did that.
For $400.
You can go out to the store across the street.
Here's an interesting one I just thought of.
Okay.
PSP 2 images are leaking now. Spike Awards coming up.
Yeah.
Think it'll show it there?
Don't
dismiss it. Come on, they showed. That's where Uncharted debuted. Number 2.
Maybe I feel like
Veronica's making a face.
I'm giving you the old squinty eye.
I don't know about that one. I'm just putting it out there.
it's got to be in Japan. They got to show it in Japan first.
No, that won't happen.
Why not? That's the market that cares the most.
The events aren't going to be there. It's going to be GDC or E3.
No, TGS next year. Come on, dude.
I think
they will show it there. I'm saying
the big reveal wouldn't happen in Japan. I don't know. I think
it's too long to wait. That's what Greg.
I mean that is the problem, is the time. But maybe they have no intention of releasing it in 2011 anyway.
Isn't time?
Well, I don't think they'll.
always
No, I
the
don't think it'll
problem?
be released in 2011.
Really?
I think. I think they're thumbing their nose at the Mayans and saying spring 2012. That's when we're doing.
Wow. If we're still here.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Thumbing the nose.
We're all still going to be here.
I think the end date's December 23rd, 2012.
Oh, so okay, I still have a chance even if it came out in the spring.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Pasty Forever says, I recently purchased Fallout New Vegas and Call of Duty Black Ops. While I think they're both good games, they left me wanting something different. Could you guys suggest some standalone IPs that are worth playing?
No, play Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, New Vegas.
And
Stop
wait,
whining.
is his
Stop
username?
whining.
Is his
Stop
username
it.
Pasty
Pasty
Forever? That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, he said he had it in his original email that he can't get a tan and is albino.
Okay.
Which I think goes
Wait,
go
really?
together. That's what he said.
Oh.
Who knows if he really is?
All right.
Maybe he just burned.
He's not being literal, probably.
Okay.
A standalone IP.
For PS3?
I mean, Infamous. There's gonna
Do
be a
they make
sequel,
those
for sure.
anymore?
They
Right.
totally do. Bayonetta,
Costume Quest.
Just Cause 2.
Africa.
No.
Africa. Do
I
not.
love Just Cause 2.
That didn't tie into the first one though, right?
Yeah. No. Well, it has the same
But it's
character, but they have
Oh,
nothing
did it?
to,
I
they
didn't
have
realize
nothing to
that
do
was
with
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
There you go.
Borderlands. I like that answer.
Yeah.
Except they're probably going to come up with a sequel.
I'm sure
but
they
Yeah,
will.
it's already
now
it's already
standalone,
announced.
yeah.
Valkyria Chronicles. Oh, wait.
Actually, Castlevania is. I mean, it's part of a series, but it has nothing to do with the
it's not
canon.
related at all.
So that would be a cool one to buy. That's a
Did
great
you like
game.
that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I loved it.
Colin's a huge proponent
Well,
of it.
being a Belmont.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
yeah,
It's, your
Yep.
family
You're from that
obligated.
legacy. I understand.
How many more questions do you want? Clements?
I'm down with whatever. It's up to Veronica and how much time she has.
How many more questions do you want?
I have the power.
Yeah, I have the power.
Let's do one more question.
One more question. Well, let's find a good one. Here, I'll read off things I've highlighted, and you get to pick. All right?
Okay.
Fallout New Vegas.
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid 4 Greatest Hits Edition.
I already said yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Beyond. This is from Andrew. I've just sunk 50 hours into Fallout New Vegas, going through in hardcore mode for the whole game.
Nice.
Finished the game and silence. I kept the mode on since the beginning. I was prompted after character creation. My question, sorry Ryan, have you ever had a glitch trophy where you tempted again to try with the uncertainty?
That marker doesn't work.
No.
You are way into Fallout.
Yeah.
Would it freak you out? Would you care if the trophy didn't pop? You don't care about trophies, so no?
If I played through on hardcore mode,
Which is hardcore.
which is pretty hardcore, and I got to the end of the game and didn't get any kind of, award for that, any kind of trophy and nothing, I think I'd be a little upset.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
I freaked out at Hannah Montana because I brought the save over to finish it at home.
Oh.
And when I did that, I finished the game, but it didn't pop right away, and I freaked out, so I had to quit out and come back in, and when I came back in, it popped.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Thank God. Heart stopped.
Yeah, maybe tell them to go back to an earlier save point and try again.
Okay.
I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I think I know why it didn't happen, though,
Why?
because we got emails about this from guides. People have been playing on hardcore mode. You get, when you leave Doc Mitchell's, it asks you. That's the only time you can, turn hardcore mode on. Then you can turn it off thereafter. But some people have been tinkering with the game's difficulty level because the game gets too hard on hardcore mode. So,
But he says he never changed it.
that could be because that was the problem that a lot of people had was I would email them back and I'd be like, you changed the difficulty setting, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, you need to go back to the save before that because something about it's not. So that otherwise, I mean, frankly, it's an Oblivion. I mean, it's a Obsidian game, so it's gonna be glitchy.
Who the hell knows?
But that could be the problem, even if otherwise I have no idea how, unless he turned it off and turned it on, toggled it or something like that. I'm sure the game's pretty sensitive.
Gotcha.
But that sucks.
Yeah.
And I'll look into it because I want to play on hardcore mode. And
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm not playing now, but I'm gonna go back through and do it again.
yeah, I think I'm gonna do that as well.
How many hours have you been into it?
I don't know.
A lot.
I started playing before it came out,
Okay.
and I'm level 20 now, and I don't know how many hours that would come out to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be at least 25 hours, I would say.
Not bad.
Maybe more.
I don't like how they hide the time in the game. Like you can find.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
I
haven't even looked.
You can find it if you just go to when you're loading your save, if you load the manual instead of pressing continue and you just let the cursor sit there, eventually the time will pop up of how long you've been playing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't checked that. It's weird playing games on console versus PC because I can usually get my Steam rating and see what my total hours played on that game are. And I played Fallout 3 on PC. And so this one, yeah, I haven't checked to see how many hours it's actually been. It's been a lot. I'm gonna keep playing more. I've been doing all the side quests though. That's my problem. I've been purposely not progressing the main storyline so I can kind of discover everything. And yeah. I love it.
That's the best way to do it too, I think, because you make New Vegas is so different than Fallout 3 in that you make so many there's so many factions, you make so many enemies, and if you're friends with one, they won't. give you the side quests or whatever, and so on and so forth. So like the quicker you get all that stuff out of the way, then you can start making enemies. And it doesn't
I torture myself too because I try to do every single quest, and like you said, you cut off access to a lot of stuff, because of the factions and because of if you have a high speech rating, suddenly you get something that changes the way the whole quest line works.
Right.
You don't get other options. And so it's been very interesting trying to figure out. I've been going back to earlier save points and redoing stuff to see how that turns out. It's like choose your own adventure.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Flip back to an earlier page and try the other route. Yeah, it's a great game.
And that's the thing I try to recommend: lockpick, science, speech, and barter.
That's exactly.
Those are the 4 things you need, in my opinion.
I'm doing lockpick, speech, medicine, and science.
Yeah, medicine's important too. Barter, for some reason, is really important in this game compared to Fallout 3.
Man, losers.
Shut
I feel like you can pretty safely go with speech or barter. Like I don't think you have to level both of them.
Yeah, I mean the barter is like you can usually like a barter in Fallout 3 was like you would sell things for more money or get things for cheaper. And this one like you can finagle like a lot of more money or like better prizes out of people for doing side quests.
I just wear my sexy nightie everywhere, and that really helps. In those situations. I find that in life, too.
Oh. She didn't even have to talk to the security guard to get up here. All right, so we're done with reader mail. Here we go. Last week we did a birthday shout-out. We got a bunch of birthday shout-outs this year.
A ton.
I'm putting my foot down. We're not going to do birthday shout-outs in the show because it will get to be too much for us.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I knew that we were opening the floodgates.
I know. It was my fault. I gave in. But we do have a very special one to close it out with. All right? I'm sure you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Remember, if you have a real question and not a birthday shout-out, send it to beyond@ign.com.
This is not because we don't love our listeners.
God, I'm glad you got born and you downloaded this podcast, but come on, man. Come on.
Did we answer the Fallout question? Was there a question there that we did or did not answer?
It was about hardcore mode. The glitch.
Oh, the glitch. Okay.
Yeah, I was scared about Hannah Montana, and I don't know if it's ever really.
I have a tendency to start rambling about
Well, we took it the right direction.
No, that's a good.
I like your symbol for rambling, like a crab.
All right, Kazul writes in with a question here, or a birthday shout-out, and it's a sweet one, but it's long, so stick with me. My son is turning 2-year-olds on November 30th, and between work, finances, and an uneasy relationship with his mother, I am unable to travel to Indiana to see him. I live in Colorado. Because I live so far away, it is hard to do something really special that would stand out or mean something to him years down the road. So I was hoping you guys could help me out with that. I want to be able to play this podcast for him when he's a little older, so he knows that even though his daddy was 1,000 miles away for most of his baby's life, not a day goes by that I don't imagine coming home from work, waking him up to a bowl of our favorite cereal, and playing our PlayStation 3 together. Dante Richter, yeah, I got that right. Dante Richter, who, by the way, interesting side note, he's named Dante after the Devil May Cry character, and his middle name is after Richter Belmont from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Dante Richter, Joseph Howard, I'm screwing up the birthday shout-out for years down the road.
No, it's fine.
Dante Richter, Joseph Howard, your daddy, Aaron J. Howard, wants to wish you a very happy birthday today on November 18th, 2010, and that he loves you and misses you more and more each and every day. Thank you, Greg, Ryan, and Colin, for keeping a smile on my face and my spirits up, but you keep to updating blah, 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 blah.
Aww.
Not a blah, blah, blah. That is very
nice. The birthday shout-out was sweet. The note to us, no, we don't need to read to everybody. So there you go, Kazul. Good name.
Excellent.
And
happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Little baby.
When do you think you'll play it for him? How old do you have to be to understand how important it is?
He's going to be playing like the PlayStation 7 by then.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe not. Because that would be like when he's 25. I don't know. He'd probably be able to comprehend it at like 5 or 6, right?
He won't understand the true meaning of it until he's in his teens, I would say.
Okay, cool.
The true power
I do like the idea of naming your child after video game characters. Maybe I'll name my kid like Dr. Wily. Moriarty.
Mine's going to be Pac-Man Miller.
Hello, my name is Dr. Wily Moriarty. Actually, just Wily. He can be Wily Moriarty, and then he actually needs to get his PhD.
Yeah.
You're predestined to be a doctor.
My girlfriend and I have already agreed on the presidential naming scheme, so that's what we're going to be doing.
Lord.
Okay.
Remember, if you want to be part of the show, beyond@ign.com. If you want to be part of our lives, you can follow us on Twitter. IGN is at IGN. I'm at Game Over Greggy. Ryan's at Pwam Cider. No taxation for Colin. Veronica for Veronica Belmont. Very, very interesting. What else do you want to plug? Qore.
Yeah, Qore on the PlayStation Network every month, and also Techzilla is my tech show on revision3.com.
Great. When's that go up?
Oh, and I also have a sci-fi fantasy book club and podcast called The Sword and Laser.
What?
Aw, that's awesome.
At theswordandlaser.com.
Nice. Oh, and before I forget too, if you want to meet and greet me in Chicagoland area, remember that I'm holding a Portillo's meet and greet on Saturday, November 27th, which is the Saturday after Thanksgiving, if I have the date right. Probably like 11:30. We're doing it at the Glendale Heights Portillo at the corner of North Avenue and Bloomingdale Road. Look for a blog post and tweet about it.
Right. Also, Veronica, if you want to tweet at IGN, just tell how awesome this podcast is. Totally should.
That's the only reason you had me on, isn't it?
See, now you've insulted her.
You're pandering.
Don't do that. Retweet the podcast.
I actually looked at your Twitter today. I couldn't. You have 1.6 million followers.
That is very impressive.
Is that all? When did that start? Was it Qore or was it Techzilla?
No, it's the. I was on the suggested users list back in the day. As was Felicia and a few other people. And just because we talked about geeky stuff and gaming, and they thought we'd be good people to have people add to their lists. And they kind of got rid of that a while back, but it's introduced my work to a lot of people. I've gotten to meet a lot of cool people through Twitter. Yeah. And it's been a really cool experience. I love chatting with people on there.
Yeah, it's great. Right. I was very anti-Twitter for a long time, and then we started using it.
All three of us were anti-Twitter for a long time, but now I really much like it.
Yeah, I'm segueing over slowly from Facebook.
Yeah. All right, great.
Before we end the show, I have a much more legitimate plug. Maybe if Veronica doesn't mind, I've written here a fantastic plug that she can give Podcast Beyond, which I might be able to use later on, but I think I just love her to read it. On the
whole show, she's just been one of us, and now you're just whoring her out for all of the retweet it out here and do this.
And read this.
Well, no, this.
And read this. While you were in the bathroom, we took things from your purse. You want it back, you read what's on the paper.
Fine. No. But, how about this? This was a joke, and you've just ruined it.
Oh, okay.
Because it was going to be really funny.
Give it here. No. I'm still
give it to her.
Ryan,
I'll stab you.
All right. This is totally legitimate. And so what you need to do for me, is read this as sensually as possible.
Oh, jeez.
This is all.
I don't do sensual very
You can totally do it.
Do nerdy.
All right, let me just read it through.
No, you'll spoil this.
Anyways, Ryan, there you go.
Ready?
This is the Electric Super Manager.
Oh, very
I was giving her time to read. Sorry.
I'm Veronica Belmont, and when I'm not taking long, candlelit baths with exotic Persian oils, I'm listening to Podcast Beyond. Also, Ryan is a pale stallion.
That was pretty good. All right,
that was funny.
That was worth it. Yeah.
That was funny. Thank you for being a good sport. She probably did not mean any of that. But
no, I love Persian oils.
Oh, excellent. Very good.
Yes.
Veronica, before I turn it over to Ryan, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, thank you.
For having me, guys.
This was really
it was
awesome.
That was fun.
All right, now Ryan, lead us home. Take us.
So I got an email from Ryan, another Ryan. Look at that. We all have the coolest names. Ryan writes, "Hey Beyond Crew, I've submitted songs a few times in the past, but have had issues with attachments and whatnot. Sorry. I was hoping you could play this song and grant me a birthday wish." Sorry, this is our last birthday call out that we're getting.
It's if you're making a song and submitting it to play at the end of the show.
So happy birthday, by the way, to Ryan. My band is called Villains of Vinyl, and this. Oh, yes, thank you. My band is called Villains of Vinyl, and this song is off of our B-Sides album. Our music is available on iTunes, Amazon, and CD Baby, Napster, so on. Lots of different
You can
distribution.
download it places on the internet.
Yeah, for sure. The song is best enjoyed with headphones, which I will agree with. Keep up the great work. Love the podcast. Beyond this song we will be playing in just a moment after we do a little more housekeeping is Villains of Vinyl's song called, oh no, I didn't write it. Oh, there it is. Chains for the Slave.
I thought that's what it was called for a minute. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh no! Please inflect like this, Ryan.
No, Chains for the Slave by Villains of Vinyl. And before we end the show, Colin, would you like to give the plug?
Okay, so we might not number it as a Beyond podcast because I don't want to offend Greg.
You will. You're not offending me, gosh.
But we're gonna do fireside chats again next week. Now, if you guys are newer listeners, it was like maybe 6 months ago we did it, maybe something like that. Greg wasn't in the office. We couldn't get any other guests, so Ryan and I, because no one wants to talk about PlayStation. So Ryan and I did something we ended up calling the fireside chat, which is basically just like a kind of an intellectual talk about games and stuff like that. And we just want to open it up to you guys. We'll do it on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and we're going to open it up to you guys, not for questions, but topics. Like, what do you want to hear about? What should we talk about? What should we kind of like rap about and stuff like that? So just email us with any ideas.
Where should they email you?
beyond@ign.com.
There you go.
So email us with your ideas at beyond@ign.com, of course, and just let us know what you might want to talk about or whatever. We were really surprised that you guys liked that podcast so much, so we'll definitely do it again.
Well, some say that the Fireside Chats is the last bastion of intelligence and art in this desolate world.
Yeah.
Now you can curse on it.
Yeah.
I know.
Now we can get all vulgar. Anyway.
That's it.
Excellent.
Beyond!
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 Where I knew you more, and will the chains for the slave ever let you go? I'm gonna get inside, and then I'll tell you why.